I'm going to name a couple of food labels that may sound familiar to all you guys. All natural, no artificial flavoring, no preservatives. But I'm pretty sure less than half of you have ever heard of a label that says no GMOs or contains GMOs. I would like to pass a legislation where food industries and businesses are required to use GMO labeling in order to create a more natural, more healthy environment. I will explain to you what a GMO is, what physicians and scientists have to say about them, and the pros and cons of passing this legislation. So GMO stands for genetically modified organism. It is basically when a product undergoes a genetic transfer. So for example, let's say I have tomatoes. And tomatoes usually don't last throughout the winter. Many crops don't. But let's say I take the DNA from a fish that can withstand very cold temperatures and put that inside the tomato. Now the tomato can withstand cold temperatures. This is a very popular method, especially in today's farming. But the problem with many of this is that it's an ethical issue because a lot of people do not know that this is going on. And I asked Hannah Khan back there. She works at Whole Foods, and she has also researched GMOs. And she's a student here at the University of Kansas. And she says between working at Whole Foods and through research, she feels that we as consumers have the right to know what's in our food. We essentially have the power in grocery stores to pick what's best for us and our families. She doesn't feel that our food should be genetically modified to fight off herbicides or insects, pesticides, and other crop diseases. It's terrifying in a sense. Also, I try to buy organic as much as I can because organic food does not contain GMOs. And this is absolutely true. So the thing with experts and scientists is that they've done research and they found that these GMOs can cause serious allergic reactions. According to Michael Hansen, who has a PhD and is a senior scientist at Consumer Union, there hasn't been much research to determine whether GMOs are harmful to people. But scientists around the world agree that GMOs have the potential to introduce allergens and create other unintended changes that affect health. So like the example I used earlier, let's say someone had a very severe fish allergy. If they were to eat that tomato, they would have a severe allergic reaction to it. And let's say that their allergy was deadly. They could have died from eating that tomato. And a simple GMO label would have saved them. And that's why I'm pushing this legislation, is because we do deserve to know what's in our food, just like we deserve to choose what we want to eat. So, on the other hand, the law, in America, the FDA is not required to use GMO labeling, which is funny because they are required to use other labels. Federal law already requires labeling that lets consumers know whether the foods have been previously frozen, made from concentrate, pasteurized, or irradiated, and we also believe that the label should also say if the food is genetically engineered. This was quoted by Jean Holleran, who is the Director of Food Policy Initiatives at Consumers Union, and she is also the policy arm of Consumer Reports. But we do not use GMO labeling. So the thing with businesses is they're worried that they will lose customers because they feel that this GMO label will bring a negative connotation to their foods, which may be true, but with my passing of my legislation, we will provide a more friendly, less negative label. The thing is that people just simply do not know what they are putting in their foods. So this was an American business's point of view. But in Europe, certain countries in Europe think different of it. They quote, "To keep it out, we prefer organic, which is healthier. The risk of genetically modified foods to health and the environment outweigh the benefits. Only the multinational biotech companies will benefit, dominating the world food supply and squeezing out traditional farmers." So basically, not labeling these foods with a GMO label only benefits companies because they'll be the ones making the money, because they can sell food all year round rather than just in their seasons. So, I'm going to show the main crops that are GMO products, which is sugar beet, soy, canola, cotton, and corn. Now, if you see these crops in your food ingredients and it does not have a non-GMO label, most likely you are consuming GMOs. These are the non-GMO labels that you can find on your foods. If the information I'm giving you, you are more interested in it and would like to eat more organic, you can also find a lot of these non-GMO foods at Whole Foods grocery store or in your neighborhood grocery store if they do have them. So I hope my information today inspires you to eat more health, not necessarily more healthier, but to be aware of what exactly is in your food. And also, you do deserve to know. Please remember that your health is worth way more than just $1. Thank you.